1 second. I got to just read this headline to you guys before we start.
Okay.
White Californian gun owner shoots himself, blames black man. All right, now you may start.
Welcome to Word Rango, the game show where dictionary definitions produce knowledge and comedy. 4 words enter, 1 word leaves, and is crowned champion. Our steely-nerved competitors, a writer, another writer, a voice actor, and that other guy. And now it's gloves off, and set your dictionaries for fun. It's time for Word Rango. Here's your host, Mike Suzak.
Welcome to Word Rango. My name is Mike Suzak. It's episode 20-something. We're all 20-somethings in our hearts. I'm joined this week by Bob Ball.
Honey, I'm home.
Dave Hinkle.
Hey, I just want to thank Bob Ball's great-grandfather for doing that intro for us. It was really nice of him.
And not Ryan Lewis this week. Unfortunately, he's out sick with some new strain of tuberculosis.
I gotta imagine, like, one of his kids just full-on sneezed into his open mouth. Like, that's how a father gets sick. It's just like you're sitting there reading the paper, you're breathing through your mouth as fathers do because you don't want to smell all the kids' poo and crud.
Right.
And, like, just one of the children just wanders up and just full-on, like, yeah, just blast right in your open mouth.
So wait, I gotta clarify something. So Ryan Lewis, this is not like Macklemore Ryan Lewis, right? You guys aren't just friends with Ryan Lewis and no one told me. That's not true, right?
Ryan Lewis is out popping tags. But we are joined by that disembodied voice. He works in marketing. He knows Dave somehow. He has mechanical spider legs. And his name is Ben Yu. Ben Yu,
hi, how's
welcome.
it going?
Thank you for joining us.
Yeah, thanks for filling the spot there. Thanks for not having children in your life that will sneeze in your mouth and prevent you from being on podcasts. So, very kind of you.
And
well, you know me, I like to fill voids in people's lives.
And as you fill our void, wait a minute. As you fill our void this week, I guess. I should go over how this works. You need to figure out a word right now. Because this is what we do. We bring 4 words to the show every week. We give people the definitions. We enlighten people and give them some sort of comedy juice in the middle of it all. And this week, last week, Dave, you probably won. You claimed you won. But that doesn't matter. Ben, since you are joining us this week as our special guest, you get first word this week. Ben, what is your word?
So my word is panpygoptosis.
What?
Bringing the pigs.
Hey, wait, say that again.
When you guys asked me to come on, I literally spent like the next 3 hours at work looking for a word. So
what were you doing? Like looking at the back of shampoo bottles or something? Like
you've already used the shampoo bottle joke.
It's not from a shampoo bottle.
With conditioner, you can do body wash. I mean, like
lather, rinse, repeat.
If you experience symptoms of panpygoptosis for 4 hours or more, see your doctor.
Dave, I'll give you 72 points if you can spell panpygoptosis.
All right, I'm not even sure that's actually the word. Ben, say it again.
It is. It's panpygoptosis.
Yeah, I listen.
Panpygoptosis. All right, PANPAIGOPTOSIS.
No, that is incorrect.
Was I even close?
You were kind of close. You got the pan part and you got the tosis part. Right?
You got the first 3. You got the easiest parts of the word.
You got the Robin Williams part because you are the pan. Can you spell it for me, Ben?
Yes, it is PAN, as Dave said, PYGOPTOSIS.
Okay, so I thought it was PIG, but it's PYG. Okay. Panpygoptosis. Bob, do you have any guesses as to what this word means?
Absolutely, I'm all over this.
Okay.
So, pan means like worldwide. That PYG in the middle is for pygmy. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's a worldwide small taste for human flesh.
Hey, what's a small taste? Like you only eat like sushi roll sized human flesh, or like what's
absolutely. So you don't want a whole human. You just want a little taste.
Yeah.
So this is a little taste of human flesh. And now this is specifically non-zombie related. Then it would be zompanpygoptosis.
Right.
But that's not that.
Yeah, naturally, of course, yeah.
And that would be sushi rolls for zombies, of course.
Now,
which I think we could totally make into a product.
are you talking about like you take like lop an arm off and you're just content with the arm? Is it like a serving size thing?
Well, not even an arm. I mean, you may not even need that much. Maybe you just
you just have a small taste.
cut a little off the calf.
Oh, okay.
and
Or
put
it's
it
like
on
oregano.
and put
It's
it
like
on a
a
bagel.
And you get that, you get like that itch, like once a week. It's like, oh no, I don't have a problem. I only eat human flesh once a week. It's like a little taste, like a small taste for it,
So-
You're not, like
It's like you have some human flesh on your cheat day when you're not on the diet. You're like, okay, once a week, I'll have a cheat day, have a little bit of human flesh. But the rest of the days, no. Absolutely not.
The only thing I'm really picturing, and I know you said it's not related to zombies, Bob, but I mean, come on, like I'm going to think of that, or cannibals, I guess. Like if zombies worked in an office building and they had a vending machine that had little bags like Cheetos of human fingers, I guess, like that, like you get maybe one of those bags like on your lunch break, kind of thing. I don't know, like that's what I keep picturing out of this.
I can picture zombie vending machines with just fingers in there like candy bars, like
Yeah.
yeah.
And just imagine, like, the big bloody messes get stuck, and they start hitting the machine, like...
Yeah.
Yeah, that would...
I think Bob's enjoying some right now.
I think he is. Dave, what's your guess as to what panpygoptosis means?
All right, so panpygoptosis is, it's actually kind of. I'm happy that Ben brought this up because I've been looking for a term for this, and I think this is the definition. So you know how like you have, just like some business guy who's never really been exposed to Asian culture or whatever. He goes traveling for work, and there's like a casino or like a Chinese casino or whatever near his hotel. He goes in and he's like, oh, I'm going to check out some games or whatever, They have this game called Pai Gow, and he's like, oh, wow, Pai Gow, crap, like this is pretty awesome. Like it's thrilling, it's fast paced, you're losing money, you're making money, it's really cool game. And he just gets hooked, right? Like he's just addicted. And so the pan part of this is like Peter Pan, who selfishly left an entire family of people and decided that he wanted to just go live at some crazy place in a tree and never grow up. Essentially, he decided he wanted to move to metaphorical Toys R Us. So like the panpygoptosis is essentially like a guy who has a family, who goes on a business trip, discovers Pai Gow, and like runs away from his life. And he's just so gripped up in the game of going to casinos, grifting, like, all that stuff that Pai Gow is a gateway drug to. Really just shady, shitty lifestyle stuff.
Hey, Dave, have you ever played Pai Gow? Have you ever walked by the Pai Gow table and gone, oh, man, there's so much going on there. What all is involved? Have you ever looked at the table?
Well, so I'll be honest. This is the first moment I've known that it's played on a table. I mean, I've heard people say it before. Like, yeah, it's like, like Mahjong. That's a game. I know it's like Chinese dominoes, I guess. You hear words.
It is.
Yeah, you hear words, you pick up things, but that's part of life, Bob. When you live in a big city here, it's a lot of cultures, a lot of stuff that you kind of get hit with every day.
A lot of cultures you ignore.
Yeah, a lot of cultures you ignore. A lot of homeless people you watch defecate on the street. No, but yeah, I don't.
I've seen that YouTube channel. Yeah.
What do they do on a table? Do like guys do backflips? I don't know. Like a big checker table?
I don't know. There's just so much going on. It looks kind of like any other poker table in the casino, but I know that I've seen a whole lot of cards and a whole lot of money. And I think one time there was like a gun and a kidney.
And there's always like a monkey there that's getting people drinks. It's just like running around with drinks between tables.
Have you guys been to a casino before?
Well,
I'm really starting to sound like
I do all my gambling at the zoo. So
what do you gamble on exactly?
Oh man, what can't you gamble on?
The one guy you don't want to play cards with at the zoo is the cheetah.
Oh, Bob Ball, get us that clutch, really PC Bill Cosby 60 to 75-year-olds demographic. I love it.
See, I felt like that joke was me just tomahawk dunking that one.
It was pretty good.
Like NBA Jam style, running all the way down the court. I was on fire, and from half court, just over my head, and I ripped that half of the stadium down.
Huge windmill dunk.
It was such a powerful joke. You had
A
to go
cheetah.
for a half hour.
Cheetah.
Okay, this actually, we're getting into what my guess as the definition of panpygoptosis is. And the tosis part, that suffix, is sort of a medical condition or a syndrome that people can go through and be addicted to. And what I think it is, panpygoptosis is an addiction to playing the craps table at the local gambling zoo. I don't know if you guys have ever been to a gambling zoo, but that shit, like, unlike other casinos, they fucking take you for your money. You're never gonna win. Nobody wins in the game of gambling zoo.
I don't know. I think like gambling zoo sounds more like just a dysfunctional zoo. Like you have upper level management that's just gambling.
Well, there's a little bit of both. That's part of the dysfunction. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So I
like the idea of a gambling zoo where every time you go, it's pretty much like you're gambling with your life.
Yep. Exactly.
Just letting the animals run wild.
Mm-hmm. It's like being dropped into the lion's cage, and then having to juggle stakes. But at the same time, you might win like $50. I mean, there's a threshold. You do it, yeah, of course. And so you have that added thrill of having your life being endangered. So you have that adrenaline rush, and then you also have the gambling side of it. Gambling zoos are getting to be more prevalent. It's really, really dangerous. It's amazing that they're even in existence. But I don't know anything else about them, so we should move on.
I think that's the kind of zoo they have in Denmark. Did you see where they cut up a giraffe and fed it to a lion? I think he had a gambling debt.
So that's not the circle of life, and that's a gambling debt. Okay.
That was
all right. I like it.
Ben, what does panpygoptosis actually mean?
So, panpygoptosis is shortness of the legs. It is a pathological condition in which the thighs are suppressed and the buttocks start at the back of one's knees.
What? What is this freak of nature type of person that you are describing? This can't be possible.
Oh, yeah. Mom jeans are never going to fit that person.
Nope, not at all.
So is this basically like Hank Hill's dad?
With short legs. It's pretty much somebody with short legs.
Okay. All right. So Hank Hill's dad then. Definitely Hank Hill's dad.
It's always King of the Hill. There's always some sort of King of the Hill like thing that can apply here.
Yeah.
Now, the person that has this, would they be like a panpygoptode or something? Like, how do you
call them panties for short? Like
panpies?
Panpies?
So I have no idea where the pan part comes into play. But apparently pygo is how there's the certain word parts of the word mean something. Apparently that's something you use for butt.
Really?
So this is like something that's specifically the root of the problem is in the buttocks.
This makes you look like a duck.
Yes. It is
duck people
syndrome.
Wait, are you Googling it?
No.
Hey, it's okay to Google after the definition's given. I mean, come on.
I'm not cheating.
You already gave your guess, so
yeah.
Do I need to explain to you how the fucking show works? You've been here already, so
welcome to Word Rango. It's something happens and stuff and funny. Here's your host, Mike Suzak.
Welcome to Word Rango. Okay, so
oh my God, I just found a way to reboot this show. All I have to do is welcome your host, Mike Suzak, and it all starts over.
I just don't know I don't know what to do when I hear those words. Okay, so shortness of the legs. What we're gonna do is we're gonna skedaddle on over to someone else's word. Dave, let's get you to go next. What is your word this week?
Okay, my word this week is synanthropy. Would you like me to say it again?
Yes.
Synanthropy.
Synanthropy. Is it SYNONTHROPY?
No, it is not.
Okay.
It is CYNANTHROPY. Synanthropy. And I'm looking at the phonetic spelling on freedictionary.com.
Yeah, but it's free. I mean,
Yeah,
How
I
good can it
really
be?
should. I should pay for the premium phonetic spelling
Yes.
option. But yeah, no, that's it's synanthropy. You say it like you say cyan, or whatever. So
Okay. Ben, do you have a guess as to what synanthropy means?
Let's see. So, synanthropy is
synanthropy. You were starting to go
It's-
into that Italian accent. I like it. Synanthropy. You had a touch of the synanthropy.
it's where you see the traditional Indian flatbread naan in some way, shape, or form, and the therapy part of the word is where you
Doing a great job stalling here. Doing a great job.
you throw pee at the naan. So therapy.
So what is this like?
And you
It's like an
throw-
anger, like a rage starts inside of you
It's-
anytime you see
It sounds like an angry word, so we can go with an anger. But you can also do it if you're just feeling like it.
So, see non, throw P. Like, that's, where
Yeah.
that's where your head went.
I have
Like
to take
monkey see, monkey do.
everything literally.
Now,
Even the word itself, I have to take literally. So you see the naan, and then you throw the pea.
I'm picturing a baker that's just slaving away. They have to cater an event, and they have a bunch of naan that they're creating, and you're the asshole that runs in with buckets of urine and just douses the whole operation.
Been saving that urine up for days to go running into this establishment and give this guy the business.
I've been walking by every day, seeing this baker toil away, and just
Yeah, it's
angry.
like, Oh, 4 months from now, that guy's going to be so pissed. It's going to be so worth it. But no, it makes me think like the bakers and stuff. You know how they always have that waist-high counter, and you never get to see behind that counter. So I imagine, like, I picture this baker just like making naan all day, and he's just no pants on, and he just has a big bucket down there. And as he's doing the naan, he's just constantly peeing all day while he's making the naan. He's
That
doing all-
seems like that has
Your
like,
naan is so salty.
that seems like several health code violations. Like,
Well, it's a disease, and he always wanted to be a non-maker. Like, how are you going to deny a guy his pursuit of happiness? It's in the Constitution,
I don't know much about naan as.
It is delicious.
Is it good?
Oh,
What is it
man.
like exactly?
It's delicious.
Oh, that's right. You live in a part of the world where there isn't Indian food, is there?
No.
It is amazing. Garlic naan or like potato naan. I like onion naan. You can get spinach in there. Oh, it's so good.
Is there human flesh naan?
I'm sure somewhere Bob Ball could probably get you in touch with the right people to make that happen. But yeah, there's got to be.
But it's just a hint. They don't want to overdo it. They don't want to overdo on flavor.
Yeah, it's like
I'm,
lemon zest. They just
But
shave.
you're still having your lamb curry. This is just to go with it.
Because I'm a cannibal. Huh?
Uh,
That was just as good as yours, Bob. Just
No,
as
no, it
good.
wasn't.
I can picture somebody listens to the show this week and leaves a review, and they're like, "This is basically that moment when you're done eating a popsicle and you read that corny joke. Like that's what this show is
We
become."
could go into a business in making those. I think we would kill it. Don't you think? Making popsicle stick jokes? I don't know. Maybe we start with like fruit by the foot, and then we'd kind of go up from there. Bob, what do you think synanthropy means?
Okay, this is a difficult word to define or like to put in words, but here goes. It's actually the process of making a color that is somewhere on the color spectrum between a bluish cauliflower and like an orangey brown vomit. And it's typically used for that color that you spew forth when you've had too many Fruity Pebbles, followed by a lot of alcohol.
Why would you ever combine those two things? Like,
Well, maybe
of all
if you're
the things
maybe
to
if you're
combine,
having an alcoholic bowl of Fruity Pebbles.
So
like
I
you're
know
drunk
this.
on the couch in a dirty,
I know this
like-
person. I know this person one time who ate a bunch of Fruity Pebbles
Okay.
because he and or she loved Fruity Pebbles, and then went out for the evening and you don't have to eat breakfast just at breakfast time. You can eat breakfast whenever you want because I was a grown ass adult. Now this person who will remain nameless,
Bob, it's you, isn't it, Bob? You're talking about yourself.
went out and played pool and had fun and did Jaeger shots for a while, and then when this person came home, this person re-experienced all of the Fruity Pebbles again, which this person really felt sorry about eating that many Fruity Pebbles afterwards. But let me tell you, This person knew what that color was. Knew it.
Did
Intimately.
this person have carpet? Did this person, like, how bad was the explosion of the Pebble factory?
Oh, this person went to the restroom and made a deposit.
Oh, okay.
You know, because this person is not an animal, Dave.
Mm-hmm. Well, look, I'm sorry I threw up on your carpet. I'm sorry. It happens. Happens.
That's never coming out.
Okay.
I just have to cut a hole and just replace it.
Yeah.
So Fruity Pebbles and alcohol. That's pretty much okay. I'll go next. Synanthropy. It is the sort of, I hate using the term like evolutionary state, but it's sort of the Herculean process by which recording artist Nelly becomes a Norse god.
What?
Wait, so is it kind of like the brown note, but it's like the God note that
Sort
like
of,
Nelly
yeah.
can bring out in his raps, and then he can just transform?
Right, like it's sort of like Nelly's on a journey. Nelly's always been on a journey to become the Norse god of rapping. And so he,
Yep.
you know, he started out with country grammar. He went through Nellyville. He had to travel through Nellyville. And I'm looking at his discography quick. And I mean, he slowly got to a point, you know, where it was hot in her and all that, where he eventually was able to rise up and become a Norse god.
I like that though. It's hot in her. He didn't like the heat. He wanted to pursue colder climates.
Yep.
And you know, it's really cold up in the Skander Nether Finway lands where all those people come from.
Nether Finway lands.
yeah. And you know, in Hollandaise, up there in Hollandaise country.
He was just full of holiday sauce.
You know, yeah.
Yeah, so he, you know, it was, I think one of the changes is, you know, that one like band-aid or whatever he wore under one eye, he moves that to the other side. And that's when you know, like, he's been crowned a Norse god and he takes his place next to Thor. So that's my guess for Synanthropy.
That's interesting. I always thought he put the Band-Aid there to cover up like his glowing orange spot. Like if you ever hit him in that spot, he would die, and then you'd
but
coins.
that's just it. It's showing no weakness because he moves the Band-Aid to the other side, and that brings out the glowing orange spot.
Right.
It's his third eye. Nelly's third eye is under.
I like it.
Yeah,
I like it.
I just really want the Marvel executives to be listening to this podcast right now so that Nelly as a god is in the third Thor movie. Because that would make Idris Elba would be no longer the only black Norse god.
Yeah.
We would have another one.
Yeah, you know
We would
what?
bring diversity.
And he lives on the western edge of the Hollandaise Lake outside of Asgard.
Yep.
But
not
only
the
if he
best part
rides in. Only if he rides in on Jazz from Transformers. Like that's the only way I'll watch it.
Of course.
All right, so I picked this word because it's not a very like eloquent word or a fun word to say, but the definition is just so good, you guys. It is so good. All right, are you ready? Are you prepared for what synanthropy is?
Yes. I think.
Okay. It is a kind of madness in which men fancy themselves changed into dogs and imitate the voice and habits of that animal. So
you
like,
mean my Saturdays.
so like I think this is like the most like low rent kind of version of what is it called, like lycanism or whatever.
Lycanthropy,
yeah.
I think.
Yeah, lycanthropy. It's like, you know, you have all these fantastic stories where the moon comes out and a wolf bites you and then you become a wolf once a month. But this is just a regular mundane boring Disney movie version of it where a guy just walks down the street. He's like, oh, that dog looks nice. I'll try and pet it. Dog bites him.
myself
and then,
a dog.
Yeah, and then all of a sudden he's just like, ah, and he like freaks out, and then he just starts peeing on hydrants and chasing mail trucks. Just
And talking like Droopy. Hello,
Yeah.
folks. How are you today?
But I love that beginning. It's just a kind of madness. Like there are so
I've
many
got
mental
CNR
afflictions out
Droopy.
there that you just have to have the droopy madness. It's like, yep, we
I'm
need a
happy-
word for that.
I'm happy you bring this up because I think that it gets a bad rap. I don't know that it's necessarily madness. I mean, have you guys gone to a PetSmart? It's actually kind of nice.
Oh yeah, dude. Yeah, I would love to live in a PetSmart.
You know, sometimes people just realize that they feel more comfortable identifying themselves as something that maybe they didn't grow up as, like a dog. You know, it's just, I think that's just part of a natural change that people go through. I'm sure it's probably late teens, right? When you start realizing that you're actually a dog. You know?
I think that there's only a certain time frame, right? Like if see, the problem is like once you've gone past the age of say 14, you can never ever let a dog bite you, because if that dog bites you and then you get infected with that madness, right away your age would turn into dog years and you would just fucking drop dead like right there.
Yeah.
You know, so if I'm 31 years old and a dog bites me, like 31 in dog years has got to be like 82 or something, and I'll just be like, oh, I'm done. I'll just let me find the nearest deck, crawl under it, and just die. You know, like, so I would be worried about that. It's a teenager's game, this whole synanthropy business. It's for the teenagers.
I think that's a valid concern.
Yeah.
I
Don't get bitten by a dog.
Agree
Guys.
with you, Dave. But have you ever been in a PetSmart? Next time you're in a PetSmart, you should just look down at the base deck of any one of the corners of any one of those end caps. It is covered in pee.
It is covered in pee.
Just covered in pee.
Just covered in pee.
What we need to do, man. Fuck. We need to. We're at the midway point of the show. We need to get a scenario up in here.
I have one.
Yeah, go ahead, Dave.
All right. So I'm being dragged behind a boat. I was water skiing and I fell, but I'm like tied to the rope and I'm bouncing around. And Bob and Mike and Ben, you guys are all just in the boat chilling, talking about the new refinance mortgage that Bob Ball just got on his house.
How are we gonna play this out? How exactly are we? Oh, Dave is just back there. Like, what the fuck, Dave? Okay. Stop. Ben, since you had a word in the first half of the show, do you have anything you'd like to change or add on or do something completely different?
I don't know. You got a better scenario? Go ahead.
Do you have anything better? You know, because that's terrible.
Hey, Dave, is this a motor boat?
I had a joke about the water erasing my nipples that I wanted to make. But that's all.
Oh.
How about you just package that one up and send it somewhere?
Package it up and throw it right in the garbage.
just throw it out. It's gone. It's done.
Just deposit it into a trash bag immediately.
So is this just a scenario that we act out?
Yes.
Well, just come up with a different one. Yeah.
Okay. How about me, Mike, and Bob are talking about movies. We are talking about movies while Dave is crying in the corner.
Ooh, it's vague. Right. Anything could happen. Dave is crying in a corner while being dragged behind a boat.
It's really gutsy, bold feng shui decision to put this boat in the middle of the living room there, Carl.
It was totally worth it, though.
There. Okay. So, have you guys seen that new Thor movie starring Nelly?
It's pretty good. I didn't think it would be good, but you know, the rap scene in the middle was totally worth it.
Oh yeah,
it's like Men in Black but better.
I didn't like it very much. There weren't nearly enough dogs.
Bob, I think we need to start addressing the fact that you are not, in fact, a dog. I don't know where you started with
have you gotten bit recently?
I did have a run-in with a tiny little white-legged dog. He kind of looked like a duck.
Legs really short.
Why is that man tied to a boat in the middle of the room?
It's just for decoration.
Yeah, it's a really, really nice. All
right, this is dumb.
This is not going anywhere.
So dumb.
There's nothing. There's nothing. We can't do anything.
Guys, how about we just tell Ben that we're going to use this episode
and then PetSmart. How can I help you?
Episode without him as soon as we're done doing this real episode that we're recording. Blame it all on Ben.
No,
That's fair.
I don't think so. I think when you bring the suggestion that we drag you behind a boat for an audio podcast, I don't know what the fuck you're expecting, Dave.
I might be a bit of a masochist.
All right, we need to move on. I promise you guys that are listening, we're gonna have something real good for you later on. As long as we get our shit together.
Oh, don't worry, I'll just fix it in post.
Bob, can you please give us your word this week?
Hi, Internet. How are you? You're looking mighty fine today. Hey, my word this week is interlocutor. Interlocutor.
Interlocutor. Ben, do you have a guess as to the spelling of this word?
I'm gonna guess interlocuder.
You're so close. You had the inter part correct. Interlocutor or interlocutor is interlocutor. It's the traditional Norse spelling.
It is the Norse spelling. That is exactly right. There's actually a lightning bolt in the middle of it. Okay, interlocutor. This is tough. I feel like I should go first, even though I have absolutely no clue where I'm going with this.
That's a good start.
Yes.
Yeah, well, welcome to the Chuckle Fest.
Now, locutor, that sounds like locate.
Or Loki.
Or Loki, the Norse thing, the guy that
the Norse god of
Thor knows.
Banging, of club banging.
The Norse god of club banging. Interlocutor is when Loki goes from club to club to find some trim. That's what he does.
Okay.
He's trying to pick up a lady and have a good night, and Thor is always cock blocking. Bro, and I should say not just Thor, Thor. The bro version of Thor.
Well, Thor is very much a bro.
He's a bro, but
he's straight bro.
We're taking this to a different bro level as far as Thor. Like Thor is like an 8 bros out of 12.
Yeah, it's like a different bromodyne.
Exactly.
Like paradigm, but with bros involved. Yeah.
It's on a different bro plane, and so that is interlocutor is going from club to club, and now. You better believe there's movie opportunities and stuff for this sort of thing because the interactions between Bro Loki and Bro Thor are hilarious, especially when it's aided by Nelly, the Norse god of rapping. So it's really like...
Oh, so many polo shirts with popped collars and visors. Mm-hmm. Like everybody in love with visors, just wearing them and just...
Aviator shades that they're wearing inside.
A lot of tribal band tattoos on their biceps, ridiculous. I'd watch it.
Oh yeah, me too. So that's
you make this sound like Philadelphia just with the Rainbow Bridge.
That's my guess.
I don't know what that joke means, and I don't care.
Interlocutor. Dave, what's your guess as to what interlocutor means?
All right, so you guys familiar with lokes, like my loke tone homie, like my loke homie, like homies that are down for the set, like banging and clapping up other punk ass fools in gangster rap styles. Like, you know what a loke is? Like, you've heard of a loke before?
I think so.
I know what a tone loke is.
Funky Cole Medina.
Yes. So he's just a loke to some other individuals, like people that are important to him in his life. He's their loke and they're his lokes. So an interlocutor is so we like to call our brain a computer. We like to call the inside of our mind it's like, oh, that's my inner computer is
maybe
processing.
You do, robot person.
Error. So an interlocutor is like the inner thought process of your loke. You're down homie, you're sitting around saying, well, what should we do? It's Saturday. And your loke homie just chills for a second, kind of looks up to the left a bit, puts his finger on his chin and just he's processing. He's like, all right, well, let's go down here, do this, do that. It's like, man, I'm just so thankful I got that interlocutor just solving my day's needs for activities. The only other thing I could say is
conscious.
The only other thing I could say is it's like a small plastic device that's used to locate the nearest internet. So when you got to find an internet, you got to get to it and plug into it, plug into the internet. You got to you need something to help you locate it. So,
Well, just ask Al Gore where it is. I mean, he made it.
well, some of us don't have them on speed dial like you, Bob. You know, I told
why
you to
not?
introduce me, but Al Gore's my friend.
Some of us don't brag about it.
You don't call Al Gore. He calls you. What you do is you just make a few more greenhouse gases, and he immediately calls you to ask you what the problem is and how he can help you solve it. And then you've got him right there on the phone. It's like, oh, Al, what I really wanted was I wanted to know where the internet was. He's like, oh, well, that's easy.
Like, I picture you at a bar and somebody asks you a question and you're like, oh man, my buddy Al would know that. Hold on, let me give him a call real quick. And then you step outside and you like you cup your hands around your mouth and then you make like a loud dolphin noise that carries on the wind. And then like Al Gore just drops down from the blimp. It's like, what do you need, Bob?
Well, you could do that, but the quieter way, like the more muted version of that, is just to set a styrofoam cup on fire. And he is right there.
He's always
just
there.
Pounces on you.
He's always there. Tipper's right next to him. Yeah. Now, Bob, when you go out and your interlocutor, conscience fella, is right by your side, do you always use that like, hey, I got Al Gore on speed dial, like, or do you ever say that to people? Or you're like, hey, you want to see my Al Gore or something? I mean, like, is that something that comes up frequently for you?
Now, when you say it like that, you make it sound like it's some sort of sexual thing. Hey, you want to see my Al Gore?
Maybe I do mean that. I mean,
let me show you what Tipper looks like. I'm just going to give you just the Tipper.
That's the inconvenient truth.
Oh, snap.
Now, see, that is a tomahawk dunk. That's it.
Oh my! He's on fire!
Not that weak stuff you were bringing before. That's the one.
This whole show is weak stuff, Bob. Come on. Okay, I like that. I like having that little guy that's always sort of helping you. I call that my penis. Ben, what is your guess as to what interlocutor means?
All right, so low cute, right? So that is a girl who's kind of cute, but not really. She's kind of low on the cute scale. Like you're like, I guess that's kind of cute, right?
So not fugly, not homely, but like a little bit better than homely.
It's one of those like she's on the borderline of whether you would hit it or not. You're just like, she's kind of cute, right? She's on the cusp, right? But so a low cuter, right, with the inter part, right? So it is multiple of these girls at the same time. And in your head, it's kind of like, you know how like all the fucking Megazords or like the Zords in Power Rangers, by themselves, they were kind of cool, but not really. But then you put them all together and it makes this fucking awesome, amazing robot that you want to play with just all the time. That's like, it's like a whole bunch of kind of cute girls that when combined become one super awesome, cute hodgepodge of people.
They become like a gym class.
Bang all of them together at the same time.
I just love that, like, you're waxing poetic on women, and you make this leap going from like, yeah, women, and then like Power Rangers. Like that's what I think of when I think of women.
It really explains
small Asians in unitards combining their weird mechanical tigers together to battle giant space demons.
But see, I feel like that could be the real definition because that is a real thing. When there's like a whole bunch of kind of cute girls, like you look at them in isolation and you're just like, all right, that's all right, I guess so. And then you put them all together and you're like, holy shit, that's a whole bunch of really cute girls.
Now, is there, because we do have some female listeners, I think they're going to be interested.
Did.
No, what we did. They're going to be interested to know if this word is gender specific. Can that also apply to like a bunch of decent looking guys? Like think of like, I don't know, a me.
Think of this show.
Think of a me walking around. I don't shave often enough. I kind of started letting myself go. Got to get back to the gym. Got to shave the head. Not much hair up there. Like, I guess.
By the way, Mike, this is actually your intervention.
This is
welcome.
My intervention. Can it apply to dudes too?
Yes, I think it actually would apply more so to men.
Well, probably, yeah. Like that's the thing is, I think a sort of cute girl is amazing, and an okay looking guy is like. He's just the guy that happens to be working at Subway that day. I mean, he's that guy's everywhere.
May I take your order?
Sway employees together, then it becomes sexy.
Right. Then it turns into like, Quiznos or something. Eat fresh.
Can I toast that for you, ladies?
Well, we hit a wall with the Quiznos in some way, but I like that. Now I'm sort of stumbling on the whole they combine. Do they actually physically combine into a Megazord, or are they like human people?
Well, if it's dudes, they dock. They dock with each other, which is just really really gross, and nobody wants to see that. But the women, I guess they would just scissor. I mean, I don't know. Like, how would they combine?
This took a really dark turn.
This week on Word Rango, we talk about sexual positions that nobody really enjoys. Like, they just sort of exist.
Yeah, just don't Google that if you don't know what docking is. Just don't Google it.
And hey, I mean, if it's your jam, it's your jam. That's fine.
Oh yeah, I mean, no judgment.
Nobody's really enjoying it either. You know, I mean, it's just there, it just exists.
So if it was a Megazord, though, if in this, hypothetically it was a Megazord,
yeah,
the docking thing wouldn't really make sense because there's always that one piece that's the main piece.
No, think about it, because like, I mean, they would dock with each other and then they do cartwheels like in synchronized cartwheel fashion, and then that's a much more powerful attack than just like getting socked by some average looking person, you know?
It sounds sort of like a naked flash mob, to be honest.
Yeah. Which we need more of in this country.
Oh, Lord, we do. Okay, so interlocutor, naked people that are docking and or scissoring. My God. I mean, really. Bob.
Yeah, I do the sex with all the ladies, guys. So.
Bob, can you please give us the real definition for interlocutor?
Oh, let's bring this back to a happier place, shall we?
Yes.
Interlocutor is a person who is having a conversation with you.
Like
what?
That's it.
Like
all of us right now are our
talking
interlocutors.
About Ben you over here.
No, well, not just
that's
with
a joke
Ben
on his name. Sorry, Ben. I tried, but no comedy this week.
Yeah, well is dry. We need some of that precious comedy rain to fall.
So someone talking to you then, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So someone that you're in a conversation with, and you for that other person, you're both interlocutors.
Mm-hmm. So like it could be a fun little inside joke with yourself where you're talking to somebody, you're like, yeah, I just fucking hate interlocutors, and somebody's like, yeah, I don't know what that is, and you're like, yeah, of course you don't, and then you turn around and walk away.
I feel that way every week. For such a pretty solid word, it's so boring as far as the definition goes. Honestly, I feel like they should be doing something more. Like the person
docking.
The person you're talking to and docking with at the same time, right?
But I feel like
that is a close conversation.
That's a very close.
Well, maybe for you, it's a pretty far conversation for me.
Wow, a good sized joke is. I applaud you.
I feel the
not
rains
only
down
was
in
that
Africa
a tomahawk.
right
Not only was that a tomahawk dunk, but I want to tell everyone who's at home right now who doesn't know what docking is, please do not Google this.
Google that.
Don't
Google that.
Don't do it just so you understand the joke. Just pretend it didn't happen and let's move on.
While we're at it, if you Google anything we talk about on this show ever, like, you're already doing life wrong. I mean, completely. Wow. Okay, so that's interlocutor. Let's move on and get my word this week. It's a good one. My word this week is gym crack.
Oh, that is a fucking good word. All right. Is it GYMCRACK?
Nope. Bob, do you want to guess the spelling too quick?
Sure, why not? It's obviously GYM. And let's go for the Norse spelling. It's going to be lightning bolt KRACK Thor hammer.
No.
Ampersand wingdings.
It's spelled in wingdings or webdings. It is GIMCRACK. Gym crack.
Okay.
Who wants? Is somebody struck with inspiration? I imagine someone's going to be with this. I was thinking, Dave, you would go first.
Yeah, I mean, I was taking it really literally, like literally gym crack, like you're playing a pickup game of basketball at the Y, and some guy every time he goes up for a fucking layup, like he's just flashing crack out there, and it's like really gross crack too. It's like really hairy butt, like he has a Robin Williams butt, and every time he just like posts up and he's like backing into you, and you're just like trying to not get real close to him at all because he's just fucking throwing crack everywhere out there on the paint, and it's just it's too much. It's too much. I mean, come on, Carl, can you buy some fucking shorts that fit? Like, pull up your underwear.
So is Jim the gym crack, or is Jim crack like a flash of crack?
It's crack like at the gym, like you're at the Y or whatever. It's like some guy's on a speed bike and he's like leaning forward and he's just his pants are down a little too much and he's flashing some butt crack out there and you're like, God damn it, man, I don't want to see that. You know,
that's really like Jim, like flashing a little crack is something that I think a lot of people probably have some sort of enjoyment out of, except for at the gym. That's kind of what we're getting at. That's like the zone where no one.
Yeah, I'm trying to like improve my body here, not look at
your
their disgusting bodies. Yeah.
So you're okay with seeing crack everywhere else, just not the gym. Racist. Racist.
I'm such a cracksist. Yeah, but and you know what though? We need to see more female crack. I want to see some ladies.
I mean, come on, we're doing our best to try and retain our female listeners.
Yeah, like it's like no, not even
Dave's
that. Not even that. It's like, I mean, like, ladies, have you just given up? Like, you know how much crack we're throwing out there every day as a gender, and you have no response to that?
You know how much crack we're throwing out as plumbers? Like, we are throwing all the crack out there.
Anybody who's ever shopped at a Walmart has thrown some crack around at least once in their life. Like, come on.
I bring so much crack to the table every week, and I feel like it's not being reciprocated.
Yeah.
It's really unfortunate. I need more crack.
Careful what you ask for. You're just going to end up with like Honey Boo Boo's mom's crack. That's what you're going to get.
I'm going to be getting like 14 emails this week of just pictures of crack, and not.
I'm kind of into that, Bob. I'm not going to lie. I'm kind of into that. I want to see June's crack. Yes, I know Honey Boo Boo's mom's name. It's June.
Oh my God.
God damn it.
That show, I love that show. I'm not going to lie. Like,
hey, everyone, when I said don't Google the things we talk about, that's going to be at the top of the list.
Yeah, that's at the top of the list.
It's actually going to go June's crack and then docking. Like, as far as things to not Google this week, June's crack, then docking.
June's crack,
I'm prioritizing.
June's neck flaps, and then docking. Yeah.
Yep. All right, Ben, do you have any guess as to what gym crack means?
So the first thing that comes to mind for me is it's pretty much just Liam Neeson saying "release the Kraken." So I took a different approach with the Kraken. So the gym Kraken is the guy at the gym who looks like a Kraken, where he is, squatting way more weight than you ever will, like, even look at in your life. Mm-hmm. And he also, for some reason, has multiple arms, and he just comes out of the shower. Like, you always see him, like, that is where he's summoned from. He, like, just sleeps in the shower, and then he comes out, and he's just, like, super buff. And you just you never see him leave the gym because he's always there, and he's always there longer than you. And that's the gym Kraken.
So when he's done working out, does he go change at Davy Jones' locker?
And there it is, another tomahawk dunk. Nice work.
Jams it in. Now,
man.
I like this a whole bunch because I like the idea of a secret Kraken that's just fucking working it. He's like, oh, I gotta get these tentacles up in shape.
Did somebody call me?
No, that's the secret octopus, Bob. You need a secret Kraken. A secret bodybuilding Kraken. I fucking love this. It's like Goro walking around and just pounding weights. Wow.
And then he just stares in the mirror and cries, and then just takes a bunch of steroids when he thinks nobody is looking.
Oh yeah, he's just walking, and he's
he's the guy you totally want spotting you at the gym.
Oh, all the time, right?
Well, yeah, because you know that like the package isn't going to be a factor. Like there isn't going to be any like giblets down there coming anywhere near you.
I like
near
your
your
innate
face.
fear of being as far away from penises as you can be.
Well,
It's
dude,
okay. Bring that kraken dong on. I think it's going to encourage me.
Bring that kraken dong on. Okay then.
No. It's not that. It's all kraken sack.
What about Kraken Jack? Like
Cracker
just
Jack?
little-
Like
Cracker Jack, but with
No.
Kraken meat.
It's Jim Crack. His name is Jim.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, ladies, you know what special prize is in my box?
Sadness.
It's a top. It's just a little top you spin. That's all it is. His multiple arms would catch the barbell if you were to drop it too. So I mean, there's a lot of uses to that.
Yeah.
Jim Crack, the secret bodybuilding kraken. That's
Yes.
awesome. That's great. I want that to be the real definition. Bob, your guess as to what Jim Crack means?
God, you guys are so far off. Jim Crack is an action verb. It means you take a little pliable bit of food, like a soft cheese or a beef patty. If you don't mind getting kind of messy, you can take some jelly and you
like some
press,
gazpacho, like just get a little handful of gazpacho or something.
Sure, anything that's in the kitchen and pliable, and you press that into a caboose shaped mold. Just shove that right in there. You bake it, and then you mail that baked item, that said baked item, to your local train conductor. Now,
What the fuck?
I love how like in Bob's world, every town has one like designated train conductor guy, and it's like, all right, if we ever need to like get on a train or anybody needs to operate a train, Susie, you're our train guy. Like that's
Like, Bob, do you live in the same town as Thomas the Tank Engine or something?
Shining Time Station.
Yeah, is like Sir Topham Hatt there or some shit?
Sir Topham Hatt.
he might be. I don't know everybody in town. There's some parts of town that I don't go into after dark. So now it's not, the definition doesn't necessarily cover this, but you'd probably do this for National Train Conductor Week, which I believe is actually in late April. And I hate that your word is non-topical. Why didn't you bring this up in late April?
I'm so sorry. I was thinking about cracks this week and found it. I mean,
but that's okay. Instead of a faux pas or a boo-boo, this would kind of be an error that's connected with a train conductor week. So that would be more of a choo-choo. Huh?
No, that was a bit reaching there, Bob.
Oh.
You're reaching a bit.
no, you just got rejected
Yeah.
in basketball speak. So now,
So have you even finished your definition?
yeah,
yet?
I'm not sure exactly where this
Yeah.
is going. Is the Jim Crack the thing that you're sending them? That's
It's
the
baked
soft,
food.
malleable food that's shaped like a caboose?
No, that is called the Jim Cracken. Jim Crack is to take the food, shove it into the mold, bake it, and then mail it to the train conductor.
Okay, it's that all one big giant act.
Yep.
Together. Okay.
I mean, why do you need 1,500 words to describe what you're doing for the train conductor to be nice out of the kindness of your heart?
Right.
And the fact that you had some leftover food in your kitchen. You shove that in the mold, you bake it, you put it in the mail, you send it off to them, you Jim Cracked it all.
It's like a caboose-shaped Jello mold. Like something like that. That's kind of what you're going for, right?
Well, no, that is a noun, that mold itself. And that would be the Jim Crack-S.
I'm talking about you could send them, for instance, like a Jello mold that's shaped like a caboose, right? That's kind of
Well, that doesn't show your love for train conductors. That just says, hey, I'm lazy. Let me just mail you a mold so you can do it your goddamn self.
Yeah. No, it shows more your love for gelatin, which is horse hooves. So I guess if anything, it shows that you just hate horses. Anybody
yeah,
who
I
sent
do.
Jello to, that you're telling them basically that you hate horses immensely, and you hate them so much that you'll eat the most worthless part of them.
When I send
But
my
only
train
if it's
conductor-
cherry flavored.
Yeah.
I send my train conductor gift baskets of Jello and glue, and just and also hairbrushes that are made with real horse hair.
Whatever just happened to just giving your local train conductor a nice kiss on the mouth? Show them that you that you enjoy their company in their life. You know?
Well, no, you need to show them how much stronger they are than horses, how much horsepower they have.
Oh, okay.
So you grind up horses and you use them in Jello molds
Okay.
or
Jesus.
or
It's a
horse
display
jerky.
of power.
Yeah, it's a power thing.
Hey,
Yeah.
Ernie, thank you for, always taking good care of me. I always appreciate you around this time of year. And you're eating horses right now. How does that make you feel?
Just take another 3 bites, and then I'll tell you what you're eating there. Yeah, it's horses. It's all horses.
You're eating horses. That's what you're doing. How does that make you feel, huh?
And he falls for it every year.
Well, I don't know if he falls for it so much as he pretends to fall for it because he really enjoys eating some horses.
Right.
But
Never look
Yeah.
at Mr. Ed the same.
all right, I feel like the
So
definition of this is going to be way worse than like all of our fun stuff that we just came up with.
Think that. The definition of gimcrack is a showy object of little use or value. So think of it as like a trinket. It's similar to a bibelot, which we've covered in the
Okay.
past. But
Okay.
it is basically, think of all the shit that you sometimes collect, like stuff that is in a Cracker Jack box, for instance, that it's just like, it's like the chattering teeth toys and stuff, like shit that has no value, that you just is sort of a showy object that you have, and you often just sort of hang on to them, right? That's what a gimcrack is.
So like
But they're of
grandparents.
poor quality.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
gra-
poor quality grandparents that you find in Cracker Jack boxes.
Yeah. I mean, grandparents are really showy. They're always wanting to tell you about how, like, it was better back in their day and, like, racism this and racism that. And it's like, they're just showy bastards. Like, that's, you only get a grandparent so you have, like, a conversation piece for when people come over. And it's like, oh, my, look at her antiquated ways. She's talking about racism and blah, 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 blah. Like, that gets
And
people
how many
talking.
hills she went up both ways.
Yeah, the newspapers she used for shoes and walking in the snow and, steamador ships and stuff like that.
now, Dave, are your grandparents who you learned your racism from?
No. As we've all established, I was born this way. So it's not anything that I learned.
And if Lady Gaga taught me nothing, it's okay. You were born that way.
yes.
Oh, God. Well, good. I mean, we're just shutting this shit down. We're literally being apologetic for bigots and racists and stuff. This is fantastic. This is good. Good.
I feel
good.
like everybody has that one box of gym crack in their room.
Yes.
Like where it's just like all this stuff that you don't have. Like for me, it's all the expired condoms that I would buy and then would say that, like I'll use these eventually and then they expire and now they're worthless. So that's my box of gym crack.
Well, I mean, it's good that you hang on to them as a reminder for how
It's a reminder of my failures in life.
how it ain't working out, how it ain't happening. You
My
really
box
need to
is,
link up with Nelly, the Norse god of rap. He'll get
You guys
set up.
together should go club
Waves.
banging.
He'll show me the
Tons of
ways.
chicks. But yeah, I gotta imagine we all have boxes of gym crack lying around. Mine are all my all these like letters the IRS sends me about paying taxes or whatever. It's like, get out of here with that. But what about you, Bob? What do you got laying around? You got some gym crack?
No, my place is immaculate.
That's
Yeah.
bullshit,
It is,
and you know it.
I have a lot of books about how to make gym crack. I have.
Now, do you do that in the toilet or the tub?
The tub? The toilet is not
Okay.
nearly big enough.
Okay.
I mean, I do have to move all of my my toy boats out of the way when I make the gym crack in the tub. But I've got one of those big soaker tubs, so I can make lots of gym crack in there. And typically, I don't call it gym crack; I just call it meth. But but I can make a lot of it in that tub.
Good old Texas candy.
That'll rot your teeth, kids. Be careful. Brush after every meal if you have teeth.
There's a lot of energy in this show right now.
Yeah, I know, right?
Just saying, there's a lot of energy.
Well, I mean,
A lot.
honestly, I'm trying to think what gym crack I have. And
Yeah.
I know I've got, I have
You
a
got
lot
your,
of.
like your high school diploma hanging around. I'm sure that's pretty gym
Yes,
crack. Like,
that's
oh, look at this
very
guy.
fucking, that has no
fucking
value.
graduating high school over here. Old brainiac of Anywhere USA over here.
And like there's, how sometimes you have like a lot of t-shirts you get at like, concerts or something, and you just sort of always hang on to them, like I think I've got a Foo Fighters t-shirt from like 2008 or something. Like, I don't know. I mean, I got stuff like that. I also have, and I stole this one. I have the platinum record for Nelly's Country Grammar that I stole from his office. That's hanging up on my wall.
I like it.
And he doesn't know about that, so I'd prefer that we keep that between ourselves.
Yeah, don't tell him, Mom. Don't tell him.
Mike, I have no idea where you live. It could be an apartment in a house. Right now, I'm just imagining like you asleep in your bed at night, and then all of a sudden you hear like a thunder crack, and then there's just like Nelly in your room with like the third eye and like the Band-Aid, and it's just like he starts rapping at you, and then you're just like, all right, take it back. And then
the fish don't fry in the kitchen.
But can we go back to something else? So you mentioned the Foo Fighters. Now, if this show is anything, is a platform for my political ideas, and I am sick and tired of this country financing this war against the Foo. Like, how much of my tax dollars are going towards this fight? I don't like it. I didn't like it when they first announced it 42 years ago, and I don't like it now. We've been wasting too much money. A lot of good kids have gone over there and died. And, frankly, I think it's irresponsible that we're continuing to fight the Foo. We need to stop. And,
when was the last time you were attacked by a Foo? Tell me, Dave, when was the last time that your neighborhood was threatened by the Foo?
I'm not saying that, without this war, we wouldn't have Foo on our own home soil bringing the fight to us. I'm sure we would, but we don't now. It's a land war over in Asian China somewhere, and that's what it is. Like, that's fine. Right. I get it. But
as opposed to African China or European China, I get it.
Like,
I get it.
There are kids who are
it's alive. A much dangerous front. This Asian China.
Yeah, there are kids alive in their teens who just don't even know a life that isn't swept up in a war against the Foo, like can they not know peace? Like, let's give those kids a chance.
I think it's clear that you don't want to be their monkey wrench. That's that much is very obvious.
Yeah.
And I do agree. I think
it's
the
just
war
a very grueling war.
It has gone on for a long time.
Yeah.
And Foo Fighter joke, another Foo Fighter joke. What we need to do is we need to consider. Like ending the show on a high note with another scenario. And, Bob, I hope you got something.
So let's set it up. Norse nightclub. Ben, I want you to be Nelly. Feel free to interject whatever you'd like. Dave, I want you to be Loki. And you are trying to chat up a girl that's at the bar who is, so-so, but hey, you're only so-so yourself. And Mike, you are Thor, and no matter what you say, the girls always swoon with whatever you're saying.
Okay.
And go.
Who's going to play the girl, though? She's just not going to say anything.
You don't need a girl. She doesn't need to say anything.
Oh, okay. So yeah, when did Cristal start making mead? This is pretty good stuff. I like it.
Oh man. Hey there, ladies. How's it going? My name's Thor. I'm a kraken. Little do you know. How do you like these tentacle arms, huh?
Hey, if the bed's a kraken, don't come a knacking. Yeah, I'm kind of the jokester of the family. Oh, this is our buddy Nelly over here.
Hey, what's up? Nelly. All I gotta say is it's getting hot in here, so I think you ladies need to take off all your clothes.
Oh, Nelly, you're so crazy. You're hilarious.
I'm so crazy.
Hey, look at this. Check it out. I am lifting 50-pound weights times 8 with all of these arms. How does that look? My name's Thor, God of Thunder.
Hey, Thor, what's 50 times 8?
Fuck.
So the joke is it's funny because he's really dumb. He's stupid.
It's 400, but so hey, what we gonna bounce? We gonna go to another club? I think you guys are all into that, right?
Are you guys all club banged out? You do too much banging in the club?
You guys want to have some sex with some Norse gods? You're gonna wake up and you'll be like, it was only just a dream, baby.
It was only just a dream. That was a song.
Hey, you can't say that stuff until I've roofied their drinks. You can't give them a heads up on it.
God. We were doing good up until date.
And scene.
Hey, look, I'm trying to bring attention to an epidemic in this country. It happens, man. It's not
fighting the Foo. Is that where you're going?
No. I don't condone it.
Foo Fighters, I bet.
I don't condone it, but sometimes
those Asgardians come into our country and they just think they can roofie our women, and that's unacceptable.
If
just
I know
anything doesn't mean you can run around the club.
Yeah. If I know anything about the Norse, it's that they are so into date rape. It's like not even funny.
Well, we need to get some escalator pitches up in this.
There you go, Marvel Comics. You're welcome.
Yeah. Congrats.
Feel free to cut all that out if you want, Bob.
Gods. Get out of our country, gods!
Just do like a 4-minute long bleep, Bob, in post. Like,
yeah.
No, what we'll do is Ben, since you went first, I'd like for you to start your escalator pitch, aka elevator pitch, as to why panpygoptosis. That's it. Why panpygoptosis is the word of the week, please.
So panpygoptosis is the word of the week just because, first of all, the word is awesome. You got like 3 P's in there, and you have 2 S's, and so it would be impossible to get on Wheel of Fortune. Second of all, the definition is amazing. So shortness of the legs or duck syndrome, basically where your butt starts at the knees, like that is an amazing thing to see. Like I would want to see that. I wouldn't want to be that, but it would be a thing that I would watch on a TV show. So that's my elevator pitch. Panpygoptosis.
So you would not want to be Bob Costas.
Yes, exactly.
And if any of you have seen the Winter Olympic coverage, it is very sad. He's got like 2 pink eyes and panpygoptosis. It's awful.
Right. I think he's just sitting behind a desk. I don't think
really.
Yeah. I don't. Huh. I know you think he's really short, but no, I think he's just sitting behind a desk.
But do you know that?
If I had to guess, I think the giant
I don't want to
desk
guess.
in front of him.
Are you a doctor? Do you know for sure?
No, but I'm a carpenter.
No, of course you're not.
I mean,
it's not your responsibility to diagnose Bob Costas.
I can diagnose a desk, though. I know a desk when I see one. That man is behind a desk. Now, it might be a standing desk. That's, we don't know. I didn't see a chair. Dave, your escalator pitch for synanthropy, please.
Okay, I'm just going to go with the definition. A kind of madness in which men fancy themselves changed into dogs and imitate the voice and habits of that animal. Like, come on. It's not the best word to say, but if you are ever affected by synanthropy in your life, you have the best bar story. You have the most hilarious thing to talk about to anybody else on this planet, and they will instantly think you are the awesomest. So get some synanthropy in your life. Vote for my word. Send *5 to 55245 to vote for synanthropy, and let's all make this happen together. Because helping hands, strong hearts, open eyes, and full bellies.
And text star to 5567 to vote for Clay Aiken.
And all right, I do think that your definition was.
Oh, it is so good.
It's a strong definition, and yeah. Mm-hmm. Bob, interlocutor, escalator pitch, please.
Hey, Internet, what's up? You and I have like a personal conversation each week. I realize that for most of it, it's just one way, but I am talking to you, and I feel that you're talking back to me. We're both interlocuting with each other, and that's not dirty. That's just real. You're welcome.
All right. Cool. My escalator pitch, Jim Crack. I mean, come on. Listen to this word, Jim Crack. Even if it's about showy objects of little use or value, your imagination runs wild the second you hear it. It's beautiful two syllables, just like pow pow, Jim Crack. It's hilarious when you go to a gym and there's a kraken that's showing a little too much ass that is just squatting 4,000 pounds. It's insane. And also he's rummaging through a sunken pirate ship. And it's crazy. And Jim Crack. That's a thing, and it's one of the best words I've ever heard. I'm so excited to bring it to the table this week. It's definitely the word of the week. It has to be. That's my escalator pitch. With that, we need to get our voting on. So the way this works, Ben, is that we each pick our favorite 2 words that are not our own in order. So you pick your number 1 and number 2 word.
Yeah, Ben, you can't pick your own word.
Yeah, Bob always tries. But I would like for you to start the vote. please give me your number 1 and number 2 word that you like the most this week out of synanthropy, interlocutor, and gymcrack.
So I think number 1, it's got to be gymcrack for me.
Yeah, buddy.
Just the word, even with crack in it. I go to the gym pretty regularly. Crack, I do pretty regularly as well. So gymcrack definitely makes sense. 2, because I do admit the definition is pretty amazing. It's synanthropy for me.
All right.
For sure.
All right, and with that, I'll go next. I have to pick between panpygoptosis, synanthropy, and interlocutor. I am going to say it is, my number 1 is panpygoptosis. And I
know what you're doing. I know what you're doing.
And I
don't like it.
I think my number 2 is interlocutor. Sorry, Dave.
Really?
Know, you had a great definition, but I don't.
What kind of madness in which men fancy
You had a great definition,
change?
but the word itself sucked. Synanthropy is not a great word.
But when you say it with a British accent, it's awesome. It's synanthropy. Synanthropy.
When you say it with a terrible British accent, that sounds like your face is stuffed up someone's ass. And it sounds great.
Maybe you should have said it as a British person when you did your elevator pitch.
Bob, I'd like for you to go next. You have to pick between panpygoptosis, synanthropy, and gymcrack.
Between all those words, I pick interlocutor.
Fuck you. Fuck you. It's simple instructions, please.
Well, no, we told Ben he couldn't pick his word.
Oh my God, Bob!
You totally got lawyered.
Panpygoptosis, synanthropy, gymcrack.
My number 1 word this week is gonna be synanthropy.
All right.
Nice.
And your number 2, please.
My number 2 word is gymcrack. Let's lift some of those LBs.
And Dave, that leaves it up to you. You have to pick between panpygoptosis, interlocutor, and gymcrack.
All right. I'm gonna have to go with interlocutor for number 1, and number 2, I gotta go with that sweet, sweet gymcrack. Gotta get my hands on it. Gotta smell it. Get it all up in my eyeballs. Just put it in my pocket and try and sneak away off into the night with it. Yeah, that's sweet, sweet gymcrack.
You're going to pop some tags and you've got a gymcrack in your pocket.
Yeah, going to pop some tags and lick some gymcrack.
Ew.
Just get it done.
God damn it.
I have far too many things drawn inside my brain pan now of what you're going to do with gymcrack.
I just, ugh, man.
I'm going to make that gymcrack feel like it's 22 again,
I don't think the train conductor is going to enjoy any of that.
Bob, I can't wait to see what the episode art is for this week. I mean, but with that, I win this week with gymcrack by a hair, slim margin. But I think we had a couple of great words this week. We're happy to do this show again.
I think we like doing it. It's fun.
Maybe just a repeat on this week. Next week is probably going to be episode 22, part 2, just because I think we need another go. So yeah, when you guys send your hate mail about how we're trying to combine cute girls together and date rape drugs and all that good stuff, Bob, who do they send it to?
You should send those emails to somebody else other than us. But if you do want to send them to us, wordrango@gmail.com. You can also hit us up on the Twitters, twitter.com/wordrango. A lot of Twitter love this week. Friend of the show, Dali Dimovsky, talked about Mike Suzek's iPhone game dream, and he offered up Wordrango, the movie, the game,
yes,
which I'm totally down for. Obo Crazy said that if she could get a bagel with a smear of cream cheese at the gynecologist, she would visit monthly. I argue it would probably be daily, but
it's the new breakfast spot.
But what you would have to do for breakfast every morning? Oh, geez, no.
That's a very special breakfast nook. It's a very personal breakfast nook.
your own personal breakfast nook. Andy Dicktel loved how my joke about tripping balls totally went over all of your all's heads.
It did. I'm not going to lie. Once I read that, I'm like, son of a bitch, tripping balls. I get it. Bob Ball. Yes.
I just let it go. I was the bigger man.
Good. It was very good.
Ginger Moosey, Luke McKay, Obo Crazy, Seven Rabbits, and the Optimism Club all love the ideas of our intoxicating candles.
Mm-hmm.
Although our the name is still being workshopped by our PR firm, Dewey, Cheatham and Howe.
A shout out to Seven Rabbits, who photoshopped an intoxicating candle out of a Smirnoff bottle. That was pretty enjoyable. I like that.
Yeah, I personally prefer the Belvedere or the Kettle One candles over the Smirnoff, but whatever gets you through.
Good, yeah. I would get hammered on Kettle One candles.
Casual Cowards is excitedly saving all of their monies to spend them on our early business venture, discountparrots.com.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Obo Crazy, Kempo B, Sailor Tweak had an excited conversation about their shout-outs at the end of last week's episode of Word Rango. And I think by mentioning a previous mention of their mention, I've ripped a hole in the fabric of space-time, so I'm sorry about that.
Yep, Twitter's now down thanks to that. Thanks.
Yeah. You're welcome. I'll call Al Gore. He'll fix it right now. Let me just light this styrofoam cup on fire. You can also get us at Facebook, facebook.com/WordRango. You can get us on the iTunes and the Stitchers and the YouTubes. Pretty much whatever.com/WordRango.
bit.ly/WordRango should take you to the iTunes page. And when you're there, rate it 5 stars, leave us a review. The review is big. I mean, you're listening to a word podcast. Why don't you give us some words? Just give us some words of encouragement. Say, hey, I know that sometimes you guys say some things that are probably a little off color, but you know what? I love you anyways. You're kind of like that awkward cousin that I only see every 6 months. I mean, that at family functions. We are a family function podcast, and we function thanks to your love and support. So please leave those reviews. They're really, really big for us. And I think that does it. Thank you all for listening. Thank you, Ben, for joining us this week. It was a lot of fun having you on.
Yeah, absolutely. It was a blast. You guys are way too smart for me, but this is awesome. This is a lot of fun.
The concept that anybody tells me I'm too smart for them is it's mind blowing. I don't think that's even possible. But we'd love to have you on another time, preferably during a time when Ryan is dead again. We're just gonna have to kill him off. We're slowly killing Ryan off. I don't know if you guys realize this, but he's actually going to exit like season 3. That's just part of the plot, and you guys are going to have to deal with that Game of Thrones style. So get used to Ben while you can. Congratulations to me with Jim Crack. Word of the week. Fucking finally. It's great. Thank you guys. Word Rango!
Word Rango!
With a little enthusiasm. Thanks.